Heads to the Senate for the second time after passing in the House, despite the fact that 159 Democrats still voted against it.
Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson co-sponsored the Laken-Riley Act, and she joins us now. Congresswoman, what's your reaction to your Democrat colleagues who voted against this bill?
Yeah, shame on them, right? I think every single crime committed by an illegal immigrant in this country is preventable. But this is the reality of where we are in Joe Biden's America and his border policies that have made our country less safe. I think Laken-Riley would be alive today if it weren't for those policies. But young women now have to be afraid when they're going out for a run because we've got millions of these unvetted illegals living in our communities every single day. So shame on them for their vote yesterday. I'm hopeful that we're able to have a bipartisan vote in the Senate to move this common sense policy forward. And thank goodness it's only 12 days until President Trump takes office.
Yeah, and this initial floor vote in the Senate will be taking place on Friday, which would have been Laken-Riley's 23rd birthday. There is bipartisan support, though. John Fetterman in the Senate has co-sponsored it, and Gary Peters, Democrat out of Michigan, says he will support it as well. So if it does pass, what will the impact of it be, particularly in sanctuary cities?
Right. Well, it will really force compliance with these detainers. If you are an illegal immigrant and you're committing a crime in our communities, you should be arrested, you should be detained, and you should be deported. And so when we look at just the process that's involved with this bill, I think it does send a message to sanctuary cities that, hey, now the federal government is in different hands and we're paying attention and we're going to hold you accountable. So, again, this is about enforcing the law. And I actually asked the mayor of D.C. when we had her in front of our committee a few weeks ago if they were going to be complying with ICE detainers. She said they would be following the law. So I hope that all of these Democrat-run sanctuary cities that have put Biden's border policies into place, releasing these dangerous illegals into our communities, I hope they're on notice that a new sheriff's in town and we're paying attention and we're going to hold you accountable.
Top-lining this for a moment, Carly and I were discussing this in a break. Does this law effectively eliminate sanctuary cities? Because we can't figure out a way that they can get around it. I'm sure they'll try, but it seems that this ends sanctuary cities. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, and one of our priority bills that we laid out for this Congress is to make sure that we're withholding federal funding from sanctuary cities. If you're not following the law, you're not complying with ICE detainers, you're not actually holding these dangerous illegal immigrants, then you shouldn't get a dime of federal funding. So I think this bill, this Laken-Riley Act, is step one, and I'd like to thank my colleagues who did support it. But there is more to do. So we'll be holding sanctuary cities accountable, and then I'm looking forward to seeing, of course, all the executive actions that President Trump is able to take as soon as he is sworn in again January 20th. It can't come soon enough.
Congresswoman Ashley Hinson, we will be watching. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.